Alright guys, we're having technical difficulties. Either we're having technical difficulties or I accidentally stopped the last video, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep the remote all the way over here. Okay. It's okay because I didn't get very far. December 3rd, 2025, 11:01. I am gonna do something different for folder 22. My birthday was December 1st. We haven't had much time being 22 yet, but I decided that for every single entry, I'm going to record a video diary instead of writing it. I don't know, I just I really want to work on being more honest with myself. And sometimes when I'm writing, like, my thoughts are a lot slower, so I can really think, you know? And I'm like, sometimes I think subconsciously filtering what I'm saying. So I decided I'm gonna see if talking about it helps, because I've recorded a lot of voice memos year 21, not for my 20s folder, but just like on the side. And I found that I was a lot more honest, to the point where like I was second guessing sending a lot of them to whoever was receiving them. So I decided I'm gonna talk these entries out, because we're living in our truth era. And I want to live in my truth. Now, I am not going to promise myself that I'm going to post all of these, because then I think I will start subconsciously not being honest. Okay? That happened a lot with my voice memos. Like when I had already told the person who was going to receive them that they will receive them, then I found that I was really thinking about the things that I was saying. And I don't want to talk like I have an audience. I want to talk as honest as I have been in my 20s folder. So I'm not going to promise myself I'm posting all of these. Oh, I'm not going to promise myself that I'm posting all of these publicly, but they all will be posted because I need them all in one place. First entry, it's only been 3 days of being 22, and I feel like I've shed a lot of tears already. Shed a lot of tears on my birthday, shed some tears the day after, and didn't shed any tears today actually, but I did get very teary-eyed. Uncovering an insecurity is such an emotional feeling for me. I'd imagine it's very emotional for a lot of people, but I'm an emotional person. But this was more like okay, the insecurity is, I'm very insecure that I am a bad friend. And this is an insecurity I've had since, like, I want to say sophomore, junior year of high school. Well, it's an insecurity I acknowledged, I want to say, around sophomore, junior year of high school. But I don't think it was created sophomore or junior. I don't think what was happening during that time period helped, but I don't think that it was first developed sophomore or junior. I think it was first developed in elementary school with my very first best friend. Oh my god, saying that out loud, yeah, that's actually... yeah, because before I started this video, I was telling myself I think it was created in middle school, like in 6th grade, I want to say. I'm thinking of a situation in 6th grade, but no, I think it was actually created in my friendship in elementary school with my childhood best friend. Because I felt very... okay, hold on. Interesting. Okay, I want to talk this out loud. My friendship with my best friend in elementary school was so, oh my god, that was such an interesting dynamic. I would get in trouble, quote unquote in trouble, a lot. Like I was told a lot that I was doing things wrong, and it was really petty things. Like she would get mad at me if I played with another girl, or she would get mad at me if... I remember one time I received something from a teacher that she wanted, so she got mad at me. It was stuff like that. But I mean, when you're that young, I mean, you don't really... it's hard for you to be self-aware of what's happening. So I felt like I was in the wrong in all those situations. So the feeling of being a bad friend was there. And a lot of the times, I'm realizing now, even though I can go back and reflect on certain feelings I had when I was younger and realize that the blame wasn't on me, it doesn't erase that feeling. That feeling is still there. Like, I still had that feeling. Just because I now know that I was not at fault, it doesn't erase the fact that I had felt it, which is so dangerous when you think about it. Like, I wish I wish people would understand that about children. That no matter what you do, I don't think you can ever truly heal that feeling. Like I will have always felt that feeling. Even if my perspective on it is different, I will have always felt that pain. I will have always felt that hurt. So interesting. Okay, anyways, that's when I can name a bunch of petty things that happened in that friendship, but I'm telling you, it was very, very, very petty. Like, girls being girls, children being children. But that feeling of being a bad friend it was very much, I felt that a lot, majority of the time. And then I remember in middle school, my first boyfriend was my friend's crush, and I had known that my friend had liked the boy before I had liked the boy. So even though I did like the boy, it was after I had known she liked the boy. Okay, and obviously when she found out that me and him were together, she was very upset at me. I felt horrible. I did this horrible thing. Like no matter how many ways you could defend it, even if you say like, oh, we were just children or whatever, because we were in 6th grade, it's still like I did that horrible thing. There's not really anything I don't feel like there's much you could excuse that. Like yes, I did like him genuinely, and yes, he did like me genuinely, but it's still like I did that horrible thing. Okay, then I had a really close friend in high school. We had a rift between us, and I want to explain this really smoothly without having too many edits, but it's really hard to explain. Okay, I want to describe me and this friend correctly, because although this was not the first time that I felt like I was a bad friend, this is a very monumental moment in this insecurity. It's a very big moment in this insecurity. Me and this girl, this is my high school friendship. Okay, we met in middle school, but we grew very close in high school. I've always had trouble opening up. This is just like a known fact. I've always had trouble opening up with everyone, with all my friendships, with my siblings, with my parents. I've always been a very closed off person. So that did affect my friendships. So although she had called me her best friend, I would still say that our friendship was very superficial. I never felt safe enough to fully let my emotions show in this friendship, whatever the reason was. I never felt safe enough to fully let my guard down, and that's something that the other person can feel for sure, especially when they're letting more of their emotions show and they're letting more of their guard down. There's a lot of stuff in between, but I basically eventually got a letter from her. It was basically a letter via text, but it was giving a letter of all of the ways I hurt her and everything I had done in the friendship that she didn't like, and just all of the ways I was a bad friend to her. It was an experience to read, to say the least, because everything she was naming, everything she had listed off was conscious decisions I was making. They were very conscious decisions I was making in that friendship. I don't want to go too into detail, but just like, for example, her saying that she invited me to her house all the time and I didn't invite her to my house. Yes, that was a conscious choice I made. Or her saying she always told me all of the things going on in her life and I didn't tell her a lot of the things going on in my life. Yes, another conscious choice that I made. Her saying that she was always the one to call me and I was never the one to call her. Another conscious choice I made. A lot. I want to say everything. I do want to say everything. I don't remember the letter exactly, but I want to say everything in that letter she had pointed out were choices that I had made, deliberate choices I had made. So I couldn't argue against them. I could not debate her or say that, no, I didn't do this. No, I didn't do that. No, I did. I did all of those things. And I can't argue against her pain. I can't say that, no, these things didn't cause you pain. If you're telling me it caused you pain, it caused you pain. So all I can do is kind of sit there and take it. And it felt so shitty. Like I felt so shitty because I did these things consciously and it hurt you. And I know if time were to rewind, I would still make those decisions. So now it comes down to, am I a horrible friend? Because those decisions in my head are decisions that I want to make. So that must mean I don't play this role correctly. It was a very, very pivotal point in this insecurity, very confusing point. This happened it happened sophomore year, but I received this letter junior year, I believe, and I still to this day think about it, and I still to this day uncover emotions that I didn't know. Like, it's still something I reflect on, and it's still something that my perspective changes on, and it's still something that I'm sorting out, because this is It's like, it's funny because when I think about it, like, it was like petty shit, but like at the end of the day, pain is pain. And to know that I had caused you pain, it's like in my head, I have to understand what I did. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm trying to understand my decisions and to find out, to realize that these are decisions that I consciously chose, I deliberately chose. Does that mean I consciously caused you pain or I deliberately caused you pain? You know what I mean? Like, it's a really confusing feeling because still to this day, if I were to be thrown in that friendship again, I know I would make the same situation. I know I would make the same decisions. I would make the same decisions. I had a friend in college who didn't remind me of the same girl from high school, but the friendship and the dynamic of it all kind of reminded me of my friendship with the same girl from high school. And so I didn't respond very well. Still to this day, I really hate how I handled what I was feeling. I'd basically just stop answering her calls. And as of recently, I've been debating like sending her an apology voice memo or like an apology letter, or because I know in my head, I know I didn't handle the way I was feeling correctly. Like I know I was being reminded of these old feelings, these old unhealed feelings, and that wasn't her fault, yet she somehow still felt the consequences of my feelings, of my actions. This all kind of mustered up to the surface because I had found out that I had met a girl end of October, and I had found out on my birthday from my best friend Sydney that I had done something that weekend to upset the girl that I met. This girl that I met treated me so kindly. She was so sweet to me. She did nothing but welcome me. She gave me the warmest goodbye I've ever received. I wrote about it. That's how warm it was. And I had done something that weekend to upset her. And this thing was a conscious decision I had made. It's really the consciousness of it all that is just molding this insecurity. Because yes, there are mistakes that I'm making, but the error isn't by happenstance. Like, I am doing these things. These are decisions. I'm choosing to do these things. My decisions are incorrect. So it's like I can't help but think that I play the role of a friend horribly because there's a thought process behind these decisions. My thought process, the time that I'm taking to make these decisions have caused people pain. So that must mean the problem lies within me. Like, the problem doesn't lie within the situation. It's not wrong timing or, an unfortunate situation. It's something that could have been prevented. It's something I chose to do. So that must mean it's me. I'm the issue. I'm the problem. And this last situation made me really emotional because no, I don't know this girl fully, and I'm unaware of her flaws, but I know that weekend she treated me amazing. I know she did absolutely nothing to deserve the pain that I caused her. I know she did nothing to me to be treated that way by me. And so it's like I just caused her this pain for nothing. It's like to know you have caused someone pain who has done nothing to you is such a heavy emotion to deal with. And it's like, boo-hoo, you're not the one who received the pain. They are. So it's like I don't even deserve to be sitting here crying about it. And it's confusing because I will hear the good sides of me from my close friends, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm playing a role, like I've just hidden all the bad parts of myself very, very well, and they just haven't experienced them yet, but it's just like a matter of time before I make a mistake or I make a choice, a decision that will cause them pain, and then they'll realize what kind of friend I truly am. I don't know. It's something I'm trying to sort out in my head. And I feel like it's kind of a confusing or difficult insecurity to share because I don't want to share it and receive like a pity pick-me-up. Like, I don't want to tell someone and then have them shower me with compliments or like tell me, no, you are a good friend. That's not really what I want to hear. Even if it is genuine, I don't know. I want to I want to dissect all of these interactions I've had with people who tell me I've caused them pain. And I want to understand what I did. I want to understand exactly how that pain landed, and I want to understand my actions, and I want to solve it. I don't know. I feel like it's coming from a place that needs fixing, but I don't know where that place is. Where is that coming from inside of me? What wrong part of me is that action coming from? I want to know so that I can fix it. And I understand, I can acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes and no one is going to be perfect, but it's I want to treat people well. Oh my god, I don't want to cry. I want to treat people well. I don't want to ever cause anyone pain. So it's to know that I caused someone pain is such it's such a horrible feeling. It sucks. I hate it so much. I wonder how many of these I'm gonna cry in. She was just so kind to me. And then it's I find out that I did this thing. I hurt her. And that sucks. I apologized. And she replied. And I asked a clarifying question about the situation. And she answered it. And I don't know, it didn't necessarily help how I was feeling. It made me feel really ignorant. Because I made this decision without thinking. And it's in hindsight, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but I don't know. Like I said, pain is pain. And I don't want to cause anyone pain, no matter how big or small. But I feel I've done it one too many times. And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's stemming from. So I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what part of myself to heal. That's something that scares me so much. Not knowing what part of me needs fixing. That is such a fearful feeling. Oh my goodness. Because it's I want to heal. I want to be the best version of myself possible. But not knowing how to get there, it's well, fudge. Also, oddly, I think my first boyfriend, well, I guess not my first boyfriend, my second boyfriend, first person I fell in love with, I think that dynamic, that relationship somehow plays a role in this insecurity too. Because that's also another relationship where I don't like how I handled the situation. I don't like how I handled how I was feeling. A lot of I feel there are so many relationships, friendships, where I dislike how I handled the way I was feeling. Whether that be anxiety or sadness, whatever. A lot of times I dislike the way that I choose to go about things. I choose to, I don't know, be very avoidant. Yeah. I didn't want the girl that I met last month, I didn't want this to be a situation that I look back on in the future and I regret how I handled how I was feeling. So I wanted to make sure that I handled it the right way. So I am glad that I apologized, even if the interaction didn't necessarily make me feel better. I am glad that I apologized. I'm glad that she knows I'm sorry, and hopefully it did take some of the pain away. But like I said, it's very difficult to take pain away. Pain is, once you feel it, you feel it. It's not something you can erase. You can heal it, yeah, for sure. But it's you've always been wounded. You can't erase the memory, you know? Even if you get your skin to look perfect and there's no scar, you still got hurt, you know? You still remember that you were wounded. You still have that experience. So I feel that's what kills me the most, because I know how that feels. It's even if I make every situation correct, I still did this thing to hurt you. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Alright, that's my first entry. I feel I'm a bad friend. And I know I have friendships in my life. I know I have people in my life that would probably hear this and think, what? You're stupid. I know that. I know that I've been good to people. I do. I truly do believe that. I know that. But I don't know. Part of me can't help but think I have to work hard to be good. I don't want to sound stupid. But of course, obviously, it's you have to be, it's a choice to be good. I know that. I know it's a choice to be good. But is it not, is it supposed to, I don't know. I don't know. Like, in my head, I can't help but think it's a choice to be bad and it should just be natural instinct to be good. Shouldn't feel like a choice. But that's not fair, right? I don't know. That's it, guys. Let me make sure this is still recording. It is. Alright. That's my first entry. Hopefully that was vulnerable enough. I'm gonna go to bed. This is something that I feel like can't leave just open. Like I have to have some kind of plan of action to help myself feel better, but I kind of just want to sit in this and feel it because I deserve it. I'm a shitty person. Don't be friends with me. Truly. Okay. Bye.